Are you band curious? Just a bit envious of that styling looking band leading the parade? Finding your soul stirred by that awesome sound? Wondering why those people look like they're having such a great time? How does one become part of the International Brotherhood of Pipers and Drummers that are living the dream? Well, let me help you with that. Canada in general, and Victoria for sure, has a lot of individual pipers and drummers, and quite a few bands. Our band started 50 years ago in Souk as the Souk Highlanders, with members from Port Renfrew all the way to Pender Island. We moved to Sydney and changed our name to the Saanich Peninsula Pipe Band, or SPPB for short. Bands are all different. Some are military associated with Army or Air Force. The remaining civilian ones are of two kinds. One, competitive, where they attend and compete at numerous Highland games and try to win in their class levels from grade 5 entry to grade 1, basically professional musicians. Non-competing bands is the second type. They may still attend games and strive for high levels of musical quality, but generally are a little bit more relaxed and less demanding. The SPPB is a non-competing band. Who plays in the band? Well, this is a real cross-section of life. Age-wise, some of the best pipers started when they were wee bairns, barely into public school and often taught by a family member. Others started in their teens, sometimes taking breaks for university or young families and picking it up again when time permitted. Many started as adults, not wanting to live a life of regret and never having played, and willing to do the heavy lifting of practice, memorization, and strength building that comes with an athletic instrument. It's astonishing how quickly kids pick it up, often becoming accomplished pipers in a year, whereas the older pipers may fall into that old saying that it takes 7 years to become a piper. The reality is, you will become comfortable and capable of some tunes in a short period of time, but will be challenged by others for much longer. Every walk of life can play. I'm sure you've heard Paul McCartney use pipes, of course, and maybe AC/DC, but did you know singer Glenn Campbell was a superb piper? Actor Ewan McGregor, U.S. Attorney General Bill Barrs, doctors, dentists, candle makers, Army cadets, space cadets, and one of the Trailer Park Boys even made the cut. Men or women? One of the world's top award-winning pipers, Anne Gray. She lives in Calgary, and in addition to being a superb drummer and recording musician, is also a practicing lawyer. Oh well, couldn't be perfect, I guess. What should I look for in a band? Well, a welcoming atmosphere. This will be obvious from the start. Friendly people who understand that you are new in the game and supportive of your interest. Likely not a competing or military band if you are fairly new. A convenient practice area, hopefully with good acoustics, ample parking, and a place to have a coffee or snack during the hard work of a practice. Financially sound, and with good relationships in the community for paid gigs and monetary support. This pays for the kit and band clothes and kilts that must be clean and well-fitting. The band leader, the pipe major, must be approachable, supportive, and a capable instructor, as well as a musician. The PM, as he's known, will be picking the music, choosing the gigs, and establishing a playing standard, so this person will have a huge bearing on band quality and overall vibe. A big task with so many people of different backgrounds and skill levels and confidence. Sit in for a few band practices. Visitors are always welcome, and if they aren't, well, that's a signal right there to get out of Dodge. Is there a positive vibe? Do people feel appreciated for their efforts? Is there easy laughter and sharing of stories? Pipe bands are hard work, and you should feel that you're getting something for all that you're putting into it. Okay, I'm in. Now what? Well, if you are a rank beginner, that's a special category. Well, you may get a band member to help you along, or a free music instructor if available, or assistance with online learning. There are a multitude of online learning experiences. Our band meets Tuesday evenings from 7 to 9 with a break in the middle. Depending on the music, we may focus on practice chanters or full Highland pipes, or a mix of the two. The PM will make sure that the band sound is in tune and offer suggestions for instrument improvement. Our band maintains an online file for all of our music, which is suitable for viewing with a pad or computer, or you can print it off for paper. We've also recorded the tunes on a practice chanter at a slower speed and saved them on YouTube for playing along with. It's a great way to learn. It's important to make practices as efficient and available as possible, and we're always looking for ways to make learning easier and better. Our practice space in Saanich is just south of the airport, an old historic building with warm fir floors and a separate teaching area, ample parking, and a convenient kitchen. It's spacious for pipes and drums. It also has great acoustics and a nice patio area where we go outside for practices in the summertime. We have a great relationship with the Masons. It's their hall, and we play at their annual barbecue each summer. They're great people. What do I have to do? You need to buy a practice chanter and show up for practices, and then practice. When will I be ready? Well, our first obligation is to annual parades, like the Tartan Parade at the start of the Victoria Highland Games, and in Sydney we do the Canada Day Parade on July 1st, and then Remembrance Day on November 11th, and a winter parade in early December in Sydney. We often combine with other bands for these and play a minimal number of different tunes. This is our parade set, and it's a basic set that all pipers have to learn. Our band also has additional sets and medleys, usually collections of 2 to 5 tunes, which are best for standing gigs. We stand in a circle without marching. This is the next level of learning for a new member. Although it can be challenging, it should never be boring. And the PM and you will know what your skill level is. It may be some or all of the parade tunes, but not the medleys. Participation is the key. If the drones need to be shut off with corks, or if you're just playing one note, or at least realistically you're getting into the marching and starts and stops, which we call strike-ins and shut-offs. You hopefully will have progressed from practice chanter to some level of pipe playing within a year. And there's just plain old bodybuilding. From a diaphragm strength for breathing to a stronger embouchure, which are the facial muscles ringing the mouth. This just takes time. The band also plays several gigs in addition to the parades, some repeating each year. We've played at British car shows, we've done championships for lawn bowling, curling, golf, swimming, events at malls, museums, yacht club, Burns dinners, civil ceremonies. And as individual pipers, we are often called upon for weddings or funerals, memorials, birthdays, head tables, celebrations. These are a lot of fun. They do require flexibility and professionalism and can pay well. What's next once I'm up and playing? Up and playing, cheeky! You hardly know anything yet, grasshopper. Okay, just playing the band tunes is enough for many. You could choose to compete at Highland Games as an individual piper. Playing a simple band tune very well is a great way to start at that, and the PM will advise you on other choices that would be appealing to the judges. You may choose to also play with other bands. Our band has several pipers and drummers that play with other bands, broadening their repertoire and increasing exposure to different kinds of gigs. As about half the music is common to each band, only the other half is new learning. The only conflict comes when gigs are shared with multiple bands at the same time. And a choice has to be made. Which kilt are you going to wear? Whose band are you going to be with? Many of our members also play related instruments, like the bodhrán drum, whistles, and small pipes, in informal ceilidh jam sessions. It's a great way to improvise, share songs, and create an energetic indoor sound that plays nicely with guitar, accordion, fiddle, and voice. I hope this has answered your questions about bands and described the Saanich Peninsula Pipe Band well. People move to the island from all over Canada and the US. We welcome interested novices to seasoned pros, or members from other bands interested in sharing an additional experience. Or you may be returning after taking a break from our band. Welcome back. Hey, don't be shy about being band curious. You came to the right place.